Hey team, well, welcome back to the old Rapier restoration. To get another process of this done, I want to get the front guards stripped down to epoxy, so let's get into this. We've got get the front bumper off, headlight surrounds, grille, number plate, indicators, this horrible moulding, and part of this I'm also going to have to take off this stainless. This black thing's actually an aluminium cap that these have on the sills. These are usually polished, so it look like chrome, so that might happen yet. So I've got to take this off and start getting onto that. I'll get the front guards done. I also want to sort out this shape here. It's different on both sides, so I've got to sort that out, and I'll get the rest of this side stripped off. Same with the sill mould on that side. So with any good luck, and that's that. Pretty easy job. So I've got this off, got the wheel up, and I've since found a little wee bit of rust. That little, I don't know if you can see in there. There's a wee hole in the bottom there. Oh yeah, there. So other than that, it's pretty respectable, even up the top of that guard. So I'm picking, when I take the paint off this will be a horror show under here. It's got that look about it already, about 50 coats of paint. So like the rest of the car, we'll mask it off, get the dust out of all the insides of it, and then I'll start stripping this panel down. We're going to have to weld up a hole here for another aerial. Things had more aerials than God knows what. So we'll get that off, and panel by panel back into epoxy primer, and then we can sort out the suspension, get it lowered, get the guards sorted out the way I want them, make sure we've got some good clearance, and then into the panel work. I think I'm going to paint it blue. Last video I thought about orange. God, it'll probably be white by the time I'm done. So, alright, we'll get this paint off. Alright, so we've got her up in the air to get this sill cover off. So I've already drilled these rivets out. This sort of thing is, we'll take them out, and hopefully, a wee sneak peek, most of the sill's still there. We'll see how this goes. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, yeah. Gee, pretty good. Pretty good. Wee bit of a spot there, but nothing serious. I was expecting a horror show in here, so it's not terrible. Oh, a wee bit. Leave it there. Don't know if that's through. Oh yeah, that's a bit ugly. It's pretty good. Pretty good car all round, really, considering it's 50 odd years old. Not terrible. Oh well, on to the next job, get that front bumper off. Alright, so we've got the car masked up, just to try to keep sort of some of the dust down really. The dustless sander, 60 grit. 60 grit, 150 mil on the vacuum. Let's get amongst it. Right, so you can see where I bare metaled that last time when we primed up this piece. So we've rubbed back now past the steel. So this has got epoxy, there's no more old paint there. So when we feather all this back, that'll be a nicely primed up panel without damaging that. Long job. I'll catch up. Quick check in with the sander. Man, this has taken ages. Probably could have done it a different way, but it's probably the less mess. There's a bit of filler on the top here though, which seems to be coming out, but we've found a couple of horrors in the front. I don't even know what's going on in there. I think it's the edge of the lead. So you might melt the lead out of it and put some actual filler back in it, because that's what happens with the lead. Anyway, onwards. Sanding man. Top of the guard stripped off. Actually feels better than I don't really know why it had so much filler in it, but strange what people do over the years. This here's better than I thought as well. I think we got that just in time. Wee bit of rust treatment, have a wee bit of a dig out in there. It feels alright actually. Yeah, that's a hole for the moulding. So here, happy days. On to some more sanding. Alright, so we've managed to get this paint off. Probably a faster way than sanding it off, but I didn't want to use paint stripper, too messy. Fast for different reasons, but we've got the paint off. Pretty happy considering how old this car is. 52 years old. It's had some damage in here. It feels a wee bit low here. I reckon it's a bit full there, but the lead in here, I've managed to dig this out of here, and it doesn't look that special. And I guess this is, I know that is filler. So I've got to take the headlight out. We'll get the rest of that off, and then I'm going to melt the lead out of here and see what we've got going on. There's some more lead here. You can see the outline of it, and it looks like it comes down in here too. So I'm picking this corner. Isn't that special under there, but if it's doing that there, it's not going to be great under there either. So that's that. Get the headlight out, get the old flame out and melt some lead. Alright, so we've got the old butane here. I'm just going to heat this up and I'm going to melt this lead out of here. Alright, so all that lead's now out and on the floor. Seen better. But I've probably seen worse as well, so that'll clean up. I'll probably make a patch panel that'll cover sort of most of that. It looks pretty rugged, so it's amazing what paint hides. So on to the next bit here. We'll get a bit of a repair idea going on in here and maybe make a couple of wee panels up and see how that treats us. Alright, so we've cut this out and it's equally as horrible in there. So I've cut this wee piece out of here, which was a bit
nondescript, but I've got to put this wee flange, just I'll grind that off, put a fold and make the back side to this, and then make this piece here in 2 pieces. So that's the plan. Fold up a piece of this, I'll grind this wee flange off, and then make a right angle that comes down that way, and we'll fit that up into there nice. We'll clean that up, weld that piece into the back here, and then I'll make a new one of these. So yeah, uglier than I thought. It's had all sorts of horrors in there, so it is what it is. Keep on trucking on. Alright, so we've managed to cut a bit of the stuff out, tidy it up. We've got a new piece of metal here, which is the back of the headlight bucket. So, and then I cut the bottom of this piece off. That sort of shaped part, which is this part here. You can see how much horrific, well, it's probably done 30 years ago, and that's probably all they did back then. So we've made a couple of new panels up. This one here's the new piece. We've cleaned up into here, made a new, that's the back of the bucket. So the next part, I'm going to put some primer on here and get that, some epoxy, get it sealed off, get this gap here sealed off, stop the water running back in there, which is probably half the reason it rusted in the first place. And then this was the panel that was out of here. You can see what sort of condition that's in. So made up another piece here, and that I need 2 hands to hold that in there properly, but that does fit quite nicely. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of contour in that. Use the old anvil, little anvil, and a panel hammer and a weak crescent actually to bend a bit round, so that's down there now. So right, get some primer on this and then get the next lot on. Alright, that's about as good as I can do with the old painter skill set. Happy enough with that actually. The amount of bog and rust and stuff I took out of it feels alright, straight enough to put filler on. Happy with that actually. It's far from perfect, and I'm certainly no coach builder or restoration guy. I'm a painter, so I'm gone good with that. So we'll a couple of wee things on the wheel arch I want to do, and here where there was a bit of a wee bit of rust, so I want to clean that up too. And then we're back on clean up the front of this. I've got to clean this up. She's with the bumper bolt, so that's sort of going to have to be pulled out a wee bit and that crack welded up. And get across the other side, and I'm picking deja vu for that guard, so oh well. On to the next one. Hi guys, welcome back to Classic Garage, back to the Rapier restoration. So, well, at least a paint job anyway. So we've got down in here, and as I suspected, it's full of horribleness. The rest of that front panel is actually pretty respectable. So I guess now we're making a panel for here, and yeah, probably a 30-year-old repair, so we'll get into it. It had full of lead, and then it was just bubbling up, so solid enough metal other than the whole rust part of it. So right, we'll get this trimmed up and we'll make a panel for it, and we'll get things underway. Right, hi guys, we're back into the old Rapier. Oh, I'm not going to say restoration, more of a preservation, just to get the paint tidy on this old girl. So what I've decided to do now, we're back into the left front guard. I actually got all this off and actually left my camera in my other car, so I didn't have the camera when I was doing this. So you may remember from a previous video that was what was there. So place that nice and solid. So we're back into getting the lead out of here. That's horrid, as with the paint the whole way up here. It's terrible all round. So
Plan is to get this paint off, sanding, paint stripper, all that sort of stuff. I'll get the lead out of here first before we touch it with any sort of stripper, and I'll see what it's doing. So that's the next plan, is to get the paint off this guard. So I'll be back when we've done it. Alright, so we've done the old aerial hole. 2 aerial holes in this car, no radio. So I don't know what's going on there, but I've also got this wee rust hole down here that I've made a dinky little hole panel for, and I've taped it on one side. I'll weld it on that side and then welded it properly, and then I'll re-underseal it, clean all this horrible up, run the wire wheel up that seam and give it a wee tickle up. So that's the next job, weld that in. Alright, I thought I'd stop halfway through and just show you getting the paint off this. It's unbelievable actually. So I've got this weapon of a tool. It's a hell of a scary thing to hang on to. But yeah, just making a few passes and then back to the top and another couple of passes, because this is quite old paint and it just rolls up. You know, it doesn't just flake off, it just keeps rolling away. So there's a bit of filler here and there, and there's a fair bit of filler along here too, but it actually doesn't feel like it needed half of the filler that it's in it. It's yeah, it's a hell of a job this. So back into it, pick up this weapon. Alright guys, so we've now used the old wheel of death, this contraption. We've managed to get the inch of paint off this thing. It'll get a bit more of a sand and clean up, but there's a couple of wee repairs I need to do. It's had a wee bit of damage in here and needs to be pulled out a bit. On the whole, not bad actually, considering it's 50 odd years old. It's not bad. So a bit heinous in here, so I've got a little wee repair in here, but for the whole, not so bad. So I'll catch you on the next one, team. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch up with you. Alright, g'day guys. Right, we're back here at the old Rapier preservation, semi-restoration. So we're back in my mate's booth here. We're going to get the front guard and sills, both sills. These are pretty respectable considering how old they are. So we've got get the front panel also put back in primer, front guard, and this sill. So oh, and I might as well, I've got to put the windscreen back in, so I've done the repairs where the aerial was, and I'll re-epoxy the screen up to the top here, and just to seal that back down. I'll also do the guard edges as well. So with any good luck, we'll come back here and it'll be masked. And that's that, we're masked up here. So I've gone around and metal conditioned it, cleaned it all up, and now I'm just going to blow it down, tack it off, and get some green epoxy on there. So pretty happy with it really. It's it'll get cleaned up. So I've also done the lock rail here. It was easier just to bare metal with the wire wheel. It had horrible bits of paint all over it, so it was easier to clean that up. So yeah, that's us. I'll get some green out and we'll put some epoxy on. guys, so it's green. This is pretty much the last prep video I'll do, because this is pretty much running over the same stuff every single panel. So this is green epoxy. It's ready to be any small filler repairs done. I want to lip the wheel arches because I want to put wider rims on it and lower it and all that sort of cool stuff. So I want to get the whole car into green epoxy, and then I'm going to do the suspension and get the wheels and tyres sorted. Then I can do any guard clearances and that sort of stuff. I've also got a spoiler I'm going to fit to the front of it off a Datsun 1600, so I'm going to modify that a wee bit, which will probably be its own video. But so yeah, this is bare metal epoxy primer, so I'll get on to doing some other repair work after I've got it all done. So next time you see this whole car will be the same green, and I'll probably come back to you when we're doing the suspension and the wheels and that sort of stuff. So thanks for tuning in, and like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks folks. G'day guys, welcome back. Well, back in the booth. Wasn't going to put any of this up, just simply because it was quite repetitive of what you've already seen before, but I thought I'd just show you how good this car is actually in the flesh. Amazing metalwork for a car that's so old. I've seen these with rust holes through here that you can put your fingers in. So you're pretty happy with all of this. It's no rust repairs on any of the door. That's just how it was when I took the paint off. Quite incredible really. Boot lid's the same. Quite happy with that. Quite happy with the back panel here, around underneath these guards. So we're about to get some epoxy primer on it, and that'll be that. After I've got that sorted out, I've got the one driver's door I've got to finish and get that sorted. I'm going to use the door of another car because this one's not that special. It's quite amazing how good the rest of this car is and how bad the driver's door is. So, alright, so we'll catch up with you next time. Remember to like, share and subscribe. It really helps keeping the channel pushing forward. And we'll get back to you when we start lowering this whole thing. See you.